Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. Darren Moore here posting this, just had an epic chat with Mark Yusko. Always refreshing to dive into diverse views. Now he's trying to turn him into an XRP believer. Mark Yusko here though, talking more about the macroeconomic trend. Guys, listen to this.
You know, we're in this macro fog right now. There's a whole bunch of people who thought we were going to be in this big recession and it didn't happen. And now the Fed's saying there is no recession and interest rates are still rising, and now long rates are rising. And that's usually a sign of economic strength ahead, not weakness. And so, well, what happened? Well, we had a recession. We had a recession last year. It was just a shallow one. And it was barely noticed, but they didn't call it a recession. And that's their prerogative. They don't have to call it. They're not going to call it. But it's the same as 01, right? 01, the economy grew 1%. We grew 0.9 in 22. Markets are down 20. That's what happens in a recession. And so we kind of had it. So now we're recovering, and the Fed and China and everybody else is stimulating around the world, and global liquidity is rising, which means that's a tailwind for digital assets and other scarce assets.
So note here, he says global liquidity is rising, a tailwind for assets like digital assets and scarce assets. That's important to remember, okay? Right now we got Bitcoin here trading at about 29,200 per coin. Not doing too much in terms of movement. We haven't seen any kind of wild swings up or down. Even just taking a look at the crypto market, we've got the market, crypto market cap up a little bit, 0.18%. Total volume up 40% roughly. Bitcoin dominance still holding at about 48.8. So the market, like I've said over the past week or so, we haven't seen too much movement. It has been quite uneventful. The last 24 hours, we aren't even breaking a percent. I mean, Dogecoin's down 1.3. Solana's up 1.08, but basically not too much movement in the space right now. You guys can see even the 7-day, we're not seeing a lot of momentum. XRP has been the biggest loser just because it had been the biggest gainer back last month in July. So XRP right now trading at about 61.7, so just under 62 cents. And this level of support here, I mean, guys, we almost touched it yesterday. Down here, XRP went down to roughly 59.5, so 59.5 cents. Now it's back up. But, it wouldn't surprise me if we did hit this level of resistance, former resistance here. Hopefully that would form new support down and around here before moving to the upside once again. But you heard Mark Yusko saying, a shallow recession, nothing deeper than we've already seen. Wishful thinking? Let's just take a look at the S&P 500 real quickly here. S&P is actually rebounding quite nicely, I gotta say. I was quite skeptical back in here what we were going to do back in 2022. I mean, this was a very bad year for the S&P, but it did form higher highs. It did form this inverted head and shoulders pattern, and it is making these higher highs. So we got to crack this level up here next. And, maybe he's onto something. I don't know. Liquidity is going to be key. And so, we're seeing more Ripple partnerships. ASL becomes the sole authorized provider for Ripple partner Finastra's Condor product. So this has to do with Finastra specifically. Under this partnership, ASL has become the sole authorized service provider for Finastra's Condor solution in Hong Kong and Macau. As ASL continues to build its industry specialization, this collaboration enables ASL to provide managed services to financial institutions investing in Condor Finastra's comprehensive, off-the-shelf, front-to-back risk treasury solution. With ASL's expertise in application development, cybersecurity, and 24/7 omni-channel managed services, the partnership ensures the seamless integration and smooth operation of Condor for clients amid favorable fintech policies, including the Chinese government's Fintech Development Plan and the Hong Kong Monetary Authority's Fintech 2025 strategy. ASL is well positioned to reinforce its strong presence in the fintech sector, with Hong Kong being one of the Asia-Pacific's region's key fintech hub. This partnership enables ASL to expand its reach and venture into the greater Bay Area. So more use cases here, guys. Cybersecurity, 24/7 omni-channel managed services, a treasury solution here using Ripple-enabled Finastra. We know Ripple's also partnered up to demonstrate the capabilities to run the EHKD on the XRP ledger. So there's already another secondary partnership there. Wang Zhu, Executive Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Automated System Holdings Limited, he said industry focus has been a pivotal business strategy for ASL. This partnership not only enhances our unified service in the fintech sector, but also lays a solid foundation for providing industry as a service. Our extensive DevSecOps IT managed services covers fintech organizations' needs throughout the entire IT lifecycle. in on-premise, hybrid, and multi-cloud environments. We are committed to investing in our clients' businesses as always. So utilizing Finastra's Condor system with Hong Kong, another Ripple partner, seems like things are looking very, very positive. Wanted to thank Mike Manfield here for posting that. We also happen to get this news, guys, floating around crypto Twitter. PayPal is now issuing a dollar-pegged crypto stablecoin based on Ethereum. The token will be available first on PayPal and then on Venmo, and can be exchanged for US dollars at any time. Now, this was, I guess to be expected. I don't think a lot of us were expecting this to come out yesterday. Global payments giant PayPal is entering the cryptocurrency market with its own US dollar pegged stablecoin. The company announced just yesterday the Ethereum-based token will soon be available to PayPal users in the US. This is the first time a major financial company is issuing its own stablecoin. So, do you guys think the Ripple verdict had anything to do with this? More clarity, perhaps a clearer path to crypto adoption in the US. And notice how they're issuing their own stablecoin. They're not adopting, a stablecoin that's already out there. Users can transfer PYUSD. So this is the name for the new stablecoin between PayPal and supported external digital wallets. Use the token to pay for goods and services, or convert any PayPal supported currencies to and from PYUSD. So some of their supported currencies are Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. This is going to be issued on the New York-based crypto financial services firm Paxos Trust, and will be fully backed by US dollar deposits. So they have a plan to back the stablecoin. Here's a quote, guys. The shift towards digital currencies requires a stable instrument that is both digitally native and easily connected to fiat currency like the US dollar. This coming from PayPal CEO Dan Schulman. That's what he said in a statement. Our commitment to responsible innovation and compliance and our track record delivering new experiences to our customers provides the foundation necessary to contribute to the growth of digital payments through PayPal USD. PYUSD will be the first available on PayPal and then on the popular Venmo app. Here's another quote, guys. This announcement is a clear signal that stablecoins, if issued under a clear regulatory framework, hold promise as a pillar of our 21st century payment system. This one coming from Patrick McHenry, chair of the House Financial Services Committee. That's what he said in his statement. So interesting. They're saying they're going to use this stablecoin within the PayPal app, and that it could be transferred with compatible wallets, but compatible wallets only. And since it's running on Ethereum, I'm assuming it's an ERC20. Critics, though, are coming out. Altcoin Daily here posting this today. PayPal launched an Ethereum-backed stablecoin, PYUSD, to its 435 million active users. But what is the real story here? I don't know if you guys remember back to 2019 when Facebook attempted to launch a US-backed stablecoin called Libra. They got backing from 30-plus corporate heavyweights, all committing around $10 million approximately. The companies did include, guys, Visa, MasterCard, Uber, Spotify, eBay, Coinbase, Stripe, and yes, even PayPal, if you can believe it. Why did it not succeed? So he says here, it did not succeed. The U.S. government hauled Zuckerberg into Congress. Boy, I remember this like it was yesterday. Forced him to drink the water and denied Libra due to fears it could upset global financial stability. I don't think they were ready yet. Translation, the U.S. was scared it would be competition to the U.S. dollar. 4 years later, though, PYUSD is live, first on the PayPal app and soon on Venmo in the coming weeks. It can be, one, exchanged for USD at any time, transferred off to supported external wallets, and converted to any of PayPal's 4 supported cryptocurrencies. And note these coins, guys, we keep seeing these particular cryptocurrencies pop up all the time. Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And so chances are these are the ones that the U.S. has already deemed free and clear. What does this mean for you? It means the U.S. is finally embracing crypto, but more importantly, on their terms, i.e. regulated, permissioned, and controlled. So we were already seeing this a mile away. We knew this was coming. We knew they were going to have to jump on board, but they needed more time to regulate. And so, for example, the Ripple SEC lawsuit, that threw a wrench into Ripple's plans. We're all assuming the U.S. government did that to buy time. Also, it's a clear signal, like I said, BTC, ETH, LTC, and Bitcoin Cash will be okay from a regulatory point of view. Why, though? This is what most are missing. He says down here, there is no fintech company more regulated or in bed with the government than PayPal. If this news was made today, you can be sure it's been cooking for the last 6+ months. Think of all the news we are going to hear, guys, in the next 6+ months. So great perspective here from Altcoin Daily. Wanted to thank him for posting that. Also, Sammy Ethereum here posting this. PayPal just launched its own stablecoin. 70% of eBay transactions go through PayPal. The global crypto on-ramp has landed. For those that missed the announcement, see below. However, the initial news of development was issued on January the 8th, 2022, so why is it a big deal? Well, they have openly stated that they would work closely with regulators to ensure that it is compliant. So guys, the regulation here is what is going to be key. PayPal has experienced parabolic growth over the last few decades, 426 million active users with $1.2 trillion in volume across 19 billion transactions annually. But growth has slowed. They need a catalyst to get it back on track. Stablecoins could revert this decline. I guess this is an important question too. What's it going to mean for cryptocurrencies, stablecoins like USDT and USDC? Now, USDC is in a more favorable position with the U.S. government than USDT. But will we see these other stablecoins abolished? I mean, probably not. However, I think there are going to be more favorable stablecoins and less favorable stablecoins. And what's that going to do to overall market cap and volume more specifically, and liquidity even more importantly, I think. So he goes on to say, okay, managing payments is expensive. Transaction-related expenses cost PayPal $2.7 billion in a recent quarter. PayPal payment fraud is expected to exceed $343 billion over the next 5 years. And PwC, Waterhouse-Cooper, 43% of fraud committed is external. Stablecoins could reduce counterfeiting. Cost-cutting and growth are great, but I'm excited about the e-commerce marketplace behemoth. eBay acquired and spun off PayPal. It uses it as a primary payment mechanism. So we got to remember how big PayPal is globally. eBay, big globally too, especially in the US. 51.8%, which is about 70%, $74 billion, could flow through PayPal stablecoins from eBay alone. Now, again, we got to think about the other stablecoins in the market and how this could have an effect on them. I mean, the good news, I think, is that these stablecoins, the ones that we're using today, they're not integrated into eBay or other platforms. So will they be affected in the context of eBay and PayPal? Probably not. What it's going to mean in the future, though, I don't know. What it's going to mean for stablecoin regulation and, the fact that will we see a USDT or a USDC coin? In what capacity? Are these coins going to, only be for trading on the crypto marketplace? Are they going to be utilized in other capacities? Is it only going to be regulated to other countries other than the US? Guys, this is still a big question mark, but this PayPal news, I got to tell you, is huge news for the space. So wanted to thank Sammy there, Altcoin Daily as well. Danelle Dixon from Stellar also came out and said, as I've said before, clarity leads to adoption. Obviously, PayPal stablecoin has been long in the making, but it's no coincidence that we're seeing it announced following the SEC court case decision and movement of two significant pieces of legislation. The longer the U.S. waits to provide clarity, the more we risk pushing innovation and entrepreneurship abroad. Let's hope for continued leadership from our elected officials on the vital work to advance legislation and more great organizations like PayPal embracing and leveraging blockchain. I'd have to say, I tend to agree it is a good step in the right direction. However, critics are coming out, already doing the digging, and realizing the problem with this one from Stock Money Lizards here on Twitter. This is what happens when the fiat boys entered the game. The new PayPal USD stablecoin includes a function called asset protection, which has the capability to clear your balance using a two-step process involving the actions of freezing first and then wipe frozen addresses. So, of course, with this regulatory clarity in a very regulated entity, namely PayPal, government-controlled, guys, look at what they can do. You guys can see it here, freezes an address balance from being transferred. So they have the functionality, they have the ability here to have more control over your assets, and this is exactly what they wanted to have. People coming out saying, that's not great. I guess any exchange that handles any cryptocurrency can technically freeze your assets unless you have your assets on a cold wallet solution like a Ledger Nano or something similar. I want to remind you guys what happened just a short year ago, about a year and a half now. PayPal sued for freezing customer accounts without explanation. And this got us up in arms. PayPal violated racketeering laws by freezing customer money and refusing to provide an explanation for the move. 3 account holders alleged in a federal lawsuit. PayPal, which is at an estimated 325 million users at the time, put a hold of as long as 6 months on funds for allegedly violating a 65-page user agreement. So they have a reputation. Clearly, PayPal has failed to inform plaintiffs and members of the class for the reasons for the actions that PayPal has taken, even telling plaintiffs and members of the class that they will have to get a subpoena to learn the simple information as to why PayPal was holding and denying plaintiffs access to their own money. So if you use PayPal, be very, very aware that, this stable coin, not built like other cryptocurrencies, not built like other stable coins. And, if it's a proprietary coin to their own platform, you might want to think twice about converting a lot of money to that stable coin because, yes, guys, they do have control over that. This is where it's going to get dicey. This is where it's going to get very scary. Remember, too, PayPal tells users it will fine them $2,500 for misinformation, then backtracks immediately. Guys, this just happened in October of 2022. I don't know if you remember this. Next time you're clicking through one of those impossibly long and impenetrable legal disclaimers to a company's terms of services, it may be time to have a closer look. And this is because in the fine print, PayPal triggered a storm of outrage over apparent plans to impose, starting on November 3rd, a hefty fine of $2,500 anytime one of its 429 million customers and merchants express what the corporate brass deems to be misinformation. At this point, I remember the Twitter outrage, and I do remember that crypto Twitter came out and basically said, delete your PayPal, do not use PayPal, ban PayPal, boycott PayPal, everything under the sun. There it is, delete PayPal. Just because, this is part of a system that we do not want to be a part of. But they're trying to control the masses, guys. They're trying to control the narrative, and they're trying to have more control over us. If they're going to bring people into crypto, they have to have it controlled. And guys, this is just another step in that direction. Also, this fact here brought to us by Mr. HBAR, just in case you were wondering why PayPal used Ethereum instead of the XRP ledger, which would seem to have been a natural fit. Notional pooling helps PayPal minimize disruption. And guys, this is directly from JP Morgan's website. And take a look down here. As PayPal's house bank, JP Morgan was asked to help them with the integration of the newly acquired company, settle within a wider PayPal Group treasury structure. So the connection seems very apparent. JP Morgan, they're connecting this again to the ETHgate situation, why Ripple was in court. It does make sense. So, it does feel like an us against them scenario. Ethereum, control, PayPal, part of the system. Government wants control over us. Guys, just be aware of who you are dealing with. But David Schwartz did come out and defend PayPal's new stablecoin security feature, so saying, the freezing isn't that big of a deal. So as I'd mentioned, some in the crypto community raised concerns about the potential security issue, the asset protection role within the PYUSD system that reportedly has the capability to freeze and then eliminate an individual's balance altogether. Labeling it as centralized attack vector, some users highlighted the tensions between traditional centralized financial systems and decentralized. Responding to those concerns, though, David Schwartz took to social media to provide clarity. And here's what David Schwartz said, guys. He said, he stressed that the true centralization aspects of PYUSD lies in its value being contingent on PayPal's legal obligation to exchange it for dollars. He further elaborated that the controversial security feature was designed to ensure that innocent users don't unknowingly receive tokens that PayPal isn't legally bound to redeem. So, for your protection only, I guess, is the line they like to use when they want to put in these types of measures. I still do not trust it, but that is just my opinion. On a positive note, though, just shifting back to Ripple and XRP, happen to see this clip from Black Swan Capitalist, an interview with Clive Thompson. I suggest you guys watch the full thing. Great interview here from these guys at Black Swan Capitalist. He still thinks Ripple's on track, and he hopes it does get as big as everyone is predicting. Now, considering what we're seeing, considering what Mark Yusko said here at the top of the video, digital assets, they're going to catch the tailwinds off this recession, a bigger marketplace, more liquidity is needed, more partnerships, more clarity in the US. Well, listen to what Clive Thompson had to say here.
On your side, I'm very much hoping that Ripple, for example, Ripple Labs Inc., I'm talking about the company and the associated token XRP, I'm very much hoping it becomes big like Amazon or Google or Apple. In other words, too big for the SEC to have a fight with. And also, as you say, I'm hoping that the train has left the station. I haven't followed it enough to know all about it, but I have been met and spoken to by countless people who tell me exactly what you're saying. So what you're telling me is a very popular opinion, and I'm inclined to believe it.
We've been fortunate to have time on our side and resources to pretty much do that. So that's why our opinion is very strong on one side, where we think it's going.
I can tell you, you're not alone. I hear the same thing from a lot of people who really do know their stuff.
So Clive Thompson also hoping here that Ripple and XRP do get as big as everyone is predicting. The landscape is changing, guys. PayPal just another step in the right direction. I mean, this is going to be the reality. Unfortunately, it's not the way we want it to go. We just have to play it safe. Remember, guys, what you hold, that's just my opinion, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.